So, for some reason, the game is on this screen. Normally I have you on this screen. But now you're over there. And the game's over here. So, you know. I don't know why I can't move it over. I've tried a few things and it won't move. What's up, Puss? Hi. So, I'll be looking over here to play the game. So, Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper. Let's go. Maybe we can find out who done it. I wonder if we will. Like, if the game's got an idea who it is.
Yours, Holmes, stop smoking so much.
Oh, it's much older, isn't
There's
it?
more fog in our apartment than in the street.
You are right, Watson, but this evening is never ending, and I have nothing to do but make smoke rings. A more amusing pastime would suit better, but my doctor is against it.
Perhaps a little tune.
I mean, your
on the
doctor should
violin.
be against smoking
my
as well,
heart
my
is
dude.
not in it tonight, Watson. Have you noticed how this cigarette burns? Would you not say it is like a life being consumed? How many lives will end tonight in London? How many crimes will be committed within the life of a single cigarette? Ah, the vanity of existence. It is but complaints and smoke, the meagre panache of its sickly soul.
The tobacco is giving you very somber thoughts. I am certain that this inactivity will not last. Let's retire. You'll be in better humour tomorrow.
Reason speaks. Let's to bed.
Wait, we don't sleep in the same bed, right? We don't have to go to bed at the same time. Yeah, other voice actors. I don't know when this game was made, but it's a lot older. Euclid's cut his head on something. What have you been headbutting, Puss? I'll have to have a look at that later. Whitechapel, London. 31st of August 1888, 3:20 AM. Hey Nay, how's it going? I don't think I did say anything about it, but hang on, wait, what? I don't think I have changed the game, have I? Or did I? I don't think I did. It's a Sherlock Holmes hat! It's my thinking cap, Nay. Oh, what was it? Was it gone? Where is it? You made yourself salad and it's yummy. Awesome. Why can't I? See that? OBS is playing silly buggers. Hang on, I need to change what game we're playing, because I'm a pro streamer and I know what I'm doing. That one. And that one. And that one. And done. And done. Cool.
Come this way, my lovely. We'll have a right good time. Wait, let me help you. Oh, it's my hair that pleases you.
Jack do be ripping.
The news is as dark as the sky, Holmes. An inquest has been opened into the murder of a poor woman in the East End. The unfortunate girl was discovered last night, lying in the street, still warm. The murderer was filled with an incredible savagery. Oh, the article gave me shivers down my spine. The inspectors in charge of the case don't seem to have even the slightest lead. A similar murder took place less than a month ago.
Ah, love. A romantic walk, a kiss in the moonlight, a polite refusal, a terrible anger, and a hanging.
This area of Whitechapel is a disgrace to London. The government should take serious note of what is going on there.
Whitechapel? This woman was found in Whitechapel?
Yes, indeed. Bucks Row, to be specific.
Then it was not a question of romance, but of commerce. Unless these women actually take pleasure in the vice, the female nature is completely...
Holmes, do you hear yourself? A woman is dead under unspeakable circumstances.
Thank you,
No
Watson.
less than any other, she was a human and one of Her Majesty's subjects. None of these streetwalkers of which you speak have any other way to survive but by selling their bodies.
Thank
know
you, Watson.
as well as I that our era is not a gentle one, and these women don't have much to look
I'm glad
forward
this
to.
game is taking this.
Some grace,
angle.
if you would. Do not
After what we
refuse
said
them
earlier.
your compassion.
Do not say another word, my dear Watson. We shall leave immediately for Whitechapel.
To the scene of the crime?
No, I think it would be better to arrive there a bit later once night has fallen. At the moment, the spot will be overrun by police officers and spectators. It would be impossible to investigate properly.
Then where are we going, Holmes?
The best thing to do would be to head to the police station and attempt to get a copy of the preliminary reports.
But the article in that Star.
Oh, we were
seemed
talking
quite
about
complete
how
to me.
You must know, Watson, the journalists often
I
draw
think it's better
conclusions from the
to
facts without a proper understanding of how to
focus on
deal with
information about the
task.
victims
We must obtain
rather than
reports from the
the
inspector in charge,
murderer.
as well as those from the coroner.
Very well.
and how the
Holmes,
victims of
but
Jack
all
the
same.
Ripper were not
It seems to
necessarily
me
all
that I have
sex
a map
workers.
of London somewhere, Watson.
And how
Can you find
they
it
kind
and
of get
locate
forgotten because people are
Whitechapel
like,
while I
oh,
get
they were
ready?
just prostitutes.
You are too kind.
They don't
Holmes.
matter.
Searching through your
But,
mess.
yeah. So, I am quite pleased that Watson is on their side. Right, hang on. I need to make chat a bit wider. I've had to rearrange things because it's on the wrong screen. It's over here. Right. Special edition, the Whitechapel Horror, the third crime of a man who must be a maniac. Women lured to the by-streets to be butchered, the latest victim identified, opening of the inquest, great local excitement. The victim of the latest Whitechapel Horror, the woman who was found yesterday morning in Bucks Row, completely disemboweled and with her head nearly gashed from her body, was for a time completely unknown. As news of the murder spread, however, first one woman, then another came forward to view the body, and at length it was found that a woman answering the description of the murdered woman had lodged in a common lodging house in 18th Wall Street, Spitalfields. Women from that place were fetched, and they identified the deceased as Polly, who had shared a room with three other women in the place. On the usual terms of such houses, nightly payment of 4p each woman having a separate bed. It was gathered that the deceased had led the life of an unfortunate while lodging in the house, which was only for about 3 weeks past. Nothing more was known of her by them, but that when she presented herself for lodging on Thursday night, she was turned away by the deputy because she had not the money. She was then the worse for drink, but not drunk, and turned away laughing, saying, I'll soon get my DOS money, see what a jolly bonnet I've got now. She was wearing a bonnet which she had not been seen with before, and left the lodging house door. A woman of the neighbourhood saw her later, as she told the police, even as late as 2:30 on Friday morning in Whitechapel Road. Okay. Oh God. Yeah, I'm not reading all of that. But yeah. Right. It's a very different style of play to you control Dr. Watson. Very different way of playing than the other game. Okay. This is better. Oh.
Treaty on Cornish, the Celtic dialect of Cornwall. And here, medieval pottery. How can Holmes possibly read such things?
They sound interesting. You can use WASD or keep the left mouse button. Ah, so I can. And then press R to go back. Space to see dynamic help. Okay. I want to be in this mode.
Holmes's experiment table.
Whoa, although, hang on, right. Options. Graphics detail. I mean, we can have some graphics. We can have good graphics. Why not? What I do want is, let's turn that down a bit. Let's turn that down a bit. After restarting the game. Oh no, that feels better.
Holmes's experiment table. The Adventure of the Dancing Men. I remember it well.
I've read that. It's quite good.
Well, well. Holmes has received some French champagne. With a card. A gift from a young admirer. Signed, Raoul d'Andrecy. Who on earth could that be? A map of London, at last. Let's see. The district of Whitechapel.
Okay, so
I found the map, Holmes, and I was able to locate the Whitechapel police station.
Congratulations, Watson. Come, the game is afoot. You can read the article to me on the way. We have arrived, Watson, in Whitechapel.
Not very bright, and what cold! Brr, a typical London morning.
Come, Watson, let's find this police station.
Oh, I'm Sherlock Holmes now. Okay. Where could the police station be? It's gonna take all my detective skills. Oh, hello.
Then quickly, let's get to the police station.
Yes, Watson, I'm trying to find it. I need to use all my oh, maybe it's over here. No. Over here. No. Ha-ha! Found it.
Well, this station isn't very well kept, I say.
It's a local
Dude!
outpost, Watson.
He's
the
right
daily
there.
tasks that confront these constables
He's
are
right
not
there.
the easiest, and they are poorly paid.
He can hear you.
What are we doing, Holmes?
I don't know.
This police station is like a laundry. What a scandal. These archives are impressive.
Are they
I
though?
bet they have been carefully conserved, classified and indexed in order to follow the evolution of criminality in this area with extreme precision. Wouldn't you say, Holmes?
Given their condition, more likely for lighting the furnace, Watson.
Hello.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Hello, I would like to speak with the Chief Inspector, if you please.
Constable Humphreys here. I am the only one in at the moment. What do you want with the chief?
My name
He
is
has got
Sherlock
such a
Holmes.
typical
Sherlock
policeman
Holmes?
voice.
The detective that I read about in the papers?
Hello, hello, hello. What's
That's
all
a
this then?
treat, that is. You come about the Buck Road case, have you? Indeed. We...
Not at all. We were just passing by chance. You say that there was a crime recently.
You don't know? You must be the only folk in London who haven't heard.
It won't be long until you find the culprit, no doubt.
Nothing is less certain. Suspects, 0. Clues, 0. It's not good for us, especially not in this district.
Listen, this isn't what I came here for, but if I can be of service, in a confidential capacity, of course, if you can entrust me with a copy of the preliminary reports, I could study them and return later with my conclusions.
It's just that these are official documents. I can't take a decision like that without the inspectors. The sooner we know the facts in the file, the sooner we can be of help, my friend.
Say, if you are Sherlock Holmes, you can find anything, isn't that true? With your magnifying glass, footprints?
My performance is often embellished by my biographer.
Oh, good. Good. I will give you the reports, but could you
It's
do
like,
me
no,
a
I
small
can't do any of
favour
that.
first? During my rounds, I dropped a leather folder containing some papers. Nothing of importance, but it's a big mistake. I would go looking for it myself, but I am stuck here on duty. I must have lost it near the seedy boarding house not far from
Fetch
here.
quest, is it?
Left when you leave the courtyard and left again in the lane. Perhaps you could go, ask around.
We shall see what we can do. Are we going to go look for these documents?
Why not? It'll give us an occasion to take a tour of the district, Watson.
So he said left. And then... Wait.
I must return to the clinic. My gout is getting worse.
That's a really random... Hello.
Excuse me, my good man.
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
Oh, don't you? I was just talking to this man about his gout.
Good day, sir. You wouldn't happen to have seen a leather folder on the ground around here, would you?
Good day, gentlemen. Finley, caretaker of this building. Here to serve. And yes, less than an hour ago. But some of the local urchins picked it up and God only knows where it might be now.
God damn it,
That's
Chins.
unfortunate. This police bag contained documents that the local police will miss.
You're inspectors.
Not at all. I am Dr. Watson, and this is Sherlock Holmes, the detective.
Sherlock Holmes, the great detective. You must be here about last night's murder. Have you discovered the identity of the poor woman?
Indeed, I'd only to read the papers.
Mine is dated from this morning, and it does not say who it is.
I'm not really engaged in this case, but if I can help the police, I will do so willingly.
Oh, to be sure. I've been told that Inspector Aberline is in charge. A very capable man.
So, according to you, I have no chance of finding this folder then?
Indeed. But I, on the other hand, should be able to find it. Do me a favour in exchange. A vagrant
God.
comes almost every night to sleep in one of the nooks not far from my windows. He coughs, howls, sometimes even sings. He's quite hefty and I don't dare approach him. I've lost 3 tenants because of him. If it's you who speaks to the police, they will take this matter more seriously. Tell them about the captain. They'll know who you're talking about. In the meantime, I'll find your police bag.
Thank you, Puss. Okay, so we've got another paper.
Let's go to the police station.
What do you think, Holmes?
I think that was a waste of time, is what I think. I know this isn't where the police station is, but I'm
What are
exploring.
you looking for? Chicks, opium, girl, sailor?
Maybe all 4.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
If it's to file a complaint, you should go to the station.
Is that what most people do? Hello, are you an urchin? Oh.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
If you're looking for a princess lover, you found her.
A princess lover? Does that make me a princess?
So, gentlemen, have you found my police bag?
Not quite yet. Do you know a vagrant who goes by the name of the Captain?
Captain? Yes, an old sailor, strong as a Turk and tattooed from head to toe. The drink has turned him into a derelict.
He appears to be causing some problems for the caretaker of the building at the end of the street.
What do you want us to do? Every night, stairwells, halls and porches become public dormitories, and people don't only come to sleep. I believe this man has a niece who puts him up sometimes. Her lodgings are in Commercial Street, right after the alley with the boarding house. You won't forget my folder, will you?
No, that's why we're on this wild goose chase.
Do you believe this woman will agree to have her uncle stay with her?
Huh?
No idea. Oh well, let's go see her just the same.
Let's. So down this way, was it? No.
There. This is where the niece of the captain must live.
Hello, niece of the
Good day, miss. Would you
captain.
happen to be the niece of the man known as the captain?
Oh, yes, that would be me. What has he done this time? He isn't... Oh my god, I'm on my way.
Oh my god.
Miss, we have come to ask if you could have your uncle come live with you. He sleeps under the windows of its boarding house, causes the caretaker no end of problems.
I know. I've lodged him for a while, and he was the same here. My landlord made me kick him out. I'm ashamed, you know. I never should have, given the state of his health. It coughs day and night.
What was not good screen? Oh, screen.
There might be a way to calm his cough. I am a doctor. I could examine him.
You went to see a doctor at the
Is there
clinic.
such a thing as a good
But
screen?
the
Oh, I
medicine
suppose there is
costs
such
too
a thing
much.
as a good
I can
screen.
hardly pay my rent.
We will see to it. Where might your uncle be found?
I don't know. He must be in the vicinity, but I don't know exactly where.
We will find him.
Holmes, this is serious. Find an alcoholic in Whitechapel? A needle in a haystack would be easier.
Come, dear doctor, let's trust to our lucky star. Moreover, we also have our informers, remember?
Are you referring to those brats to whom you are always giving charity?
Exactly, my secret police. Some of them must surely roam in
Police.
this area. It suffices to find them.
Well, I think that was one of them.
Hello, young man. How are you?
I recognize him. It's the lad who sells newspapers, who is always calling outside our windows at Baker Street, early in the morning.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. It's a treat to see you again. What can I do?
Would you happen to know an old sailor who goes by the name of the captain? A poor man who hits the bottle a bit hard.
Of course, Mr. Holmes. He's there at the end of the street. Round to the left he is. But be careful. He can be a tough customer, that one.
Very good, my
What
young
is
man.
your accent,
The doctor will give you
child?
a little something. Watson?
Huh? I say, Holmes.
Is he always such a skinflint with you, Mr. Holmes? Well, thanks to you, Mr. Holmes. Anytime you need me.
I don't know where he said.
Batty Street. Batty Street. Batty Street.
I think this is Batty Street, guys.
I can hear someone coughing more than is natural, Holmes.
Yes, Watson. The poor man cannot be too far away.
Yes, because who else would be coughing?
Batty Street.
Batty Street. Is it you?
Excuse me, my good man.
What? I know you.
Oh, is it not you?
If, in order to listen to us, this man imposes as condition that we find his pet cockroach, there will be another murder in Whitechapel today, Watson. Yours.
Ah,
Oh, me and Holmes thinking exactly the same thing.
he is in a critical state, Holmes. He has barely a month left.
Is there a way, dear doctor, to ensure that this last month passes in silence?
Really, Holmes, sometimes
I
you-
mean,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I will make note of some medicine to get immediately that will relieve his pain.
Very well. I will locate an apothecary or a clinic.
to find his pet cockroach. Apothecary. Apothecary. Apothecary?
The wasp's nest. This pub
No.
looks rather
Seedy
seedy.
pub.
Burner Street. On this poster is written Club for Socialist Jews, the Cradle of Liberty. Interesting. Burner Street.
Burner Street.
I have no reason to go that way.
Oh, well, if you know where the apothecary or clinic is, then maybe you should tell me, Mr. Holmes. Because I do not know. Maybe it's on my map. No. How do I... Ah. Clinic.
This building is a clinic.
Well, I'm glad. Oh. Oh, it's that button. What did I press? I don't know. C. Okay.
Good day, sir. Dr. Gibbons. You aren't from around these parts.
Indeed, Doctor. It is for someone from your neighborhood that I am here, though. His doctor asked that I acquire some medicine on his behalf. I have the note here.
Dr. Watson? Not from round here neither. This medication is quite dear. Certain documents are necessary to obtain them for free.
I don't have it. You'll have to accept my spare change. Will it be enough?
Enough to relieve your patient for a month. Would you like me to make this prescription available after that time?
According to
Nah,
Dr.
he'll be dead
Watson,
by then.
that won't be necessary.
The possibility of a recovery?
A definitive one, yes.
I mean,
There, sir.
kind of the
Thank
opposite
you.
of a recovery.
It's rather quiet here.
An unusual chain of events. The majority of the people hereabouts went out last night to see the great fire at the warehouse. The patients that I was minding and my staff were no exception. The former were dramatically healed, and the latter ended up sick. And with the murder last night, most of the people who weren't working wandered over to the scene of the crime. Their little aches and pains will wait until tonight or tomorrow.
A squalid murder, it would seem.
Just like what this area has become.
Bye
My
then.
thanks, Doctor.
Not at all.
Why does the sign say dispensary when you're already inside? Should it not? Oh! It's magic. Look, it's see-through. And made of metal. But it says dispensary the right way round on both sides. Oh my god. Holmes, this is what we need to investigate. That's not technology that should exist in Victorian London. Oh. Right. Where do I need to go now? Lucy's lodgings, boarding house, police station. Dead end.
Find the medicine, Holmes. We must make haste.
I did it!
Find the medicine, Holmes. We must make haste.
What? Didn't I do it? Oh. Right.
Find the medicine, Holmes. We must make haste.
Yeah, but how do I mean, I've got the medicine. I don't know how I use it. I can't take it out of my bag. Oh, I've got it in my hand now. How did I do that? I don't know how I did that.
Here is the medication, Watson. Is our man
I don't know how I
You
did
should
that.
be able to
So I
stand in
don't
a
know
few
how I
minutes.
would do it
He will
again.
no longer be suffering from his cough before long.
Consider the affair resolved. Accompany him to his niece's while I return to the boarding house, and then join me at the police station. Let's return to the boarding house.
Gotta love it, haven't you? When you go to the man's niece and you're like, hey, did you... Not, did you? Would you take your uncle in? And they're like, nah, he's ill and coughing. And it's really annoying when he's coughing. So, while he's ill, he can't stay with me. He has to live on the streets.
I have good news for you, Mr. Finley. We have sent the captain to stay with a relative, and he shouldn't bother you for a while.
I also have some good news. I have your police bag.
Thank you. I bid you good day.
Oh, it was nothing. Tell me, one of my wife's friends lost...
No,
Another day,
busy.
Finley, another day. Let's go to the police station.
So, what news do you have, Mr. Holmes?
Oh. Right. I don't know what I did. Did I just do that? Ah.
Are you
okay.
sure it's the police bag?
I just click on it and
lost?
highlight it.
Yes, but someone attempted to force it open. They didn't succeed, but now the lock is stuck. Perhaps you could...
Let's see.
Ooh. You're not giving me any explanation at all as to what I need to do, no? Just no information at all.
So, what news do you have, Mr. Holmes?
Like... What? How do I... I'm wondering if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which it could be. That one doesn't have a 4. So yeah, maybe it's like Pascal's triangle. And like those two need to add up to that one. But I mean, it doesn't tell me anything. That one's got 4, 3 and 6. Ah, so maybe... Ah, so that's how I get the 4 there. But then the 5's over there. So I can get the 4 there. But then if I want the 2 there... I don't know if this is right, like, at all.
All done.
A big thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Think nothing of it, my friend. So, the reports.
Why don't you wait till the inspectors get back? You would certainly learn more.
If I wanted to meet the inspectors, I would have done so. So, give me the preliminary reports, and above all, do not mention my visit to anyone. Is that clear?
Sure, if that's what you want. Here are the reports.
Thank you.
2 distinct cuts, left to right. Throat's been cut from left to right. 2 distinct cuts on the left side. Windpipe going to the first. Cool.
Have you obtained the preliminary reports?
Yes, we'll read them on the go. Let's to the scene of the crime at Bucks Row, Watson.
Is that there?
Let's go to the scene of the crime at Bucks Row, Watson. Bucks Row.
Bucks Row.
Bucks Row.
Ah.
But what are all these people doing here, Holmes?
Apparently they came
Same
to
as
see
what
the
we
scene of
are,
the crime.
probably.
What about us? Aren't we going to see it?
We will return this evening, Watson. The circumstances shall be ideal for carrying out our little experiments. Well, Watson,
Little
we're at the scene of the
experiments.
Polly Nichols murder. Imagine the victim lying at the spot where she was found and try to discern all of the clues we can. Watson, you are a writer. I am therefore entrusting you with our deduction board. It will help us to establish certain facts.
Understood, Holmes.
Can't see a thing. It's really, really dark. Oh.
Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
Sorry. Okay, this isn't funny. A woman's died, but I mean, it's a bit funny. And yes, I did see the 2 people making out next to the crime scene. Right, yeah, okay. Oh, wait, oh.
There's a bruise on the left cheek.
Right, nay. I don't do clips for shout-outs. I do clips for breaks. And I've just started I'm using a new thing today. Because clips on general automatic clips players are broken, as far as I can tell. Especially new clips. So, I will head over to your Discord when I finish streaming if you want, and explain what I'm using now. Yeah, they weren't working for me. They haven't been working for a while. A couple of days, at least. So I'm using a thing where you download all your clips now, which obviously doesn't work for shoutouts. But yeah, I'll give you the details on Discord.
The tongue is swollen.
Oh. What happened there? No
The throat was
problem,
slit from
no.
left to right. There are 2 incisions. A small pool of blood, 6 inches in diameter.
Is that everything?
There's a bruise on the left cheek.
Yeah, we got that.
The throat was slit from left to right.
How do
A
I?
small pool of blood,
Yeah.
6 inches.
How do I not be doing this? Oh, there we go.
The body was lying on its back, legs straightened slightly apart. The skirt had been lifted up to the middle of the body. The left hand was touching the barn door. The body was still warm. Let's reread the preliminary report for the details on the wounds inflicted upon this poor woman. There is a black bonnet near the left hand. Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
Did I not find everything here? Because it doesn't go green, that one, but that goes green and that goes green.
No signs of blood. No marks on the ground. The ground is muddy. Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
Yeah, but I don't know what else.
A small pool of blood.
I mean, I would have thought her clothes being torn would be a thing, but
A
apparently
small
not.
pool of blood.
Oh, there's a bruise.
There is a bruise at the level of the right maxilla.
Have I found everything now? Hair. I don't know how we're finding the bruises when we're imagining this. We've imagined her lying there, and then we've decided that she's got bruises. Ah, it's green now, so I guess we found everything there. Yeah, that's green, that's green.
This spot is deserted, Holmes. The prostitutes only come here to exercise.
I mean, it's not deserted, is it?
What shall we do, Holmes?
I don't know, you ran in front of me just as I clicked, you absolute weirdo.
This spot is deserted, Holmes. The prostitutes only come here to exercise.
There is only one streetlight lit on this street, Watson, and this spot is particularly poorly lit. Well, Watson, we have found all of the possible clues, I think. We will now attempt to recreate the scene of the murder. Come closer, Watson. I have to make you up.
Oh,
You
God.
are joking, Holmes. I feel ridiculous, Holmes.
Yeah, you look ridiculous.
Now, Watson, come and stand here in front of me. You shall play the role of the poor woman and I shall play that of the murderer. Let's try to reconstruct the facts to ensure the final result corresponds indisputably to the way that Polly Nichols was killed.
Right. Ah.
The murderer had enough room to inflict the wounds to the neck, and these wounds suggest the left hand was used.
Okay, did I get it all right then? No?
This position is unlikely. No, there is no reason the murderer would be positioned like this. The grip would be awkward.
It's very different from the other game, yeah.
This position isn't very comfortable either.
Okay, but you said
This
that
position
wasn't
is
right.
unlikely.
Well...
No, had the victim had her throat slit while...
Okay, so... lying down.
The murderer had enough room to inflict the wounds to the neck, and these wounds suggest the left hand was used.
Okay, so good, right?
No, I don't think that things went like that. The murderer didn't attempt to stab his victim in the stomach.
Okay, but so isn't that it? I don't...
If the killer positioned himself to the side of the victim to slit her throat, regardless of which hand he used, he would have risked seeing the blood flow uncontrollably towards him. This position is unlikely.
Right. So... that's correct. That's correct.
I hope that, as with the real murder, nobody had to witness all of that, Watson. If the murderer used his right hand astride his victim, there wasn't much room.
Okay, so not that.
Sorry, Watson. No, the victim wasn't already lying down on the ground before dying.
So what?
The murderer had enough room to inflict the wounds to the neck, and these wounds suggest the left hand was used.
Well, I tried standing.
Yes, it's quite possible the events occurred like this.
Okay. Alright. Oh, I see the bruises from, like, the fingers and the thumb.
My dear Watson, now that we have found all of our clues, nothing remains but to subject them to our most likely hypotheses in order to deduce the facts.
Sure. But what? Definitely. Oh, I'm not choosing where to put them. It's just putting them. Right. So. The murderer warmed the victim up. The victim wasn't drugged. The victim was bruised on the right jawbone, so... I mean, both of those true, right? Maybe that? Gagged the victim. The killer's right hand... left hand prevented the victim from screaming. Killer strangled the victim with his right hand. Polly Nichols' killer is left-handed. He's a strong man. Tongue is bloated. She was strangled. Oh, are these wrong then? No. Took place on the premises. Okay. So maybe this is wrong. What? It was the right... No, it was the left hand that prevented from screaming. Help! Once all the facts on the right-hand side have a green outline, your deduction work on the murder at hand will be over. Okay. The murderer didn't beat the victim. I don't know. Help! The bruise was... The options are the murderer beat the victim, so no. The bruise was caused by hard pressure with the fingers, or the murderer gagged the victim by gripping tightly. I mean, both of those are true, aren't they? That one. And then I thought it was the left hand that prevented the screaming. Because the bruise... It was like that. The bruise was higher up on her right. No, on her left. So then... Strangled the victim with his right hand? And then... Oh, okay. I thought I'd tried that option. So... so we're confused about whether they're right-handed or left-handed because the throat was slit using the left hand. But the killer strangled the victim with the right hand. But also a strong man. Okay.
And so, Holmes?
Wait. Have we not solved it then? Oh! Alright. Okay. Black bonnet, hardly lit street, blah 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 blah. The victim was holding the bonnet in her hand at the time of the murder. Maybe? Ah, yeah. The victim was asking for alms? Maybe? No. The victim wasn't afraid. Yes. No, shows blood on the walls. The victim had a throat slit. The victim didn't. Arms is charity. The victim didn't have a throat slit while standing. A little pool of blood. It didn't flow in strong spurts. Dirty and damp ground. He could not have had relations on the ground. She was dead before being stretched out and having her throat slit.
The victim was most probably dead before being laid down. Once the heart stopped, gravity drained the body slowly, not in a heavy spurt that would have stained half the street.
Thank you, Holmes. I understand why you told me not to change clothes. Do you realize that our behavior didn't alarm anyone?
The victim's ordeal was even more discreet. By acting in silence, we have confirmed something. The crime definitely took place here. The victim and her murderer were able to come here without making any noise, and afterwards the murder took place without the slightest cry being uttered. Come, Watson, let's go home. We have spent far too long in this sinister alley. And so, my dear Watson, the day and night which we passed in Whitechapel were enlightening, weren't they?
An adventure that I most certainly will never relate. To be in the skin of that poor woman. I prefer not to speak of it further.
Yeah, I
But
don't
have
think
we
you should
really learned
speak
anything
about
the
wearing
murderer?
women's skin.
Obviously a man, given the necessary strength.
We have little to go on, at least no more than the police. But in my opinion, Inspector Aberline has a trick or two up his sleeve. No, I want to talk about the facts and what we can draw from them. We know where the crime was committed and under what conditions. I would like to ask you about the possible motives for the crime. According to you, Watson, what could have pushed the murderer to act in such a way?
What? Love, revenge. I mean,
Revenge,
yes.
Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client.
Mm-hmm. No. Ah, yeah. Sherlock doesn't know love. Right? Cat on the keyboard. What you doing, Possums? You're standing right in front of the screen. I can't see the game. Ah, he's sitting on top of the PC. Good-o. Black magic would be the horrible mutilations, right? Which I guess could be. No, he was on my lap. He's moved off my lap. He wants to be on top of the PC now. Theft? No.
Theft, perhaps.
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
Yeah.
A personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
So, I don't...
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
So we're saying it could be that. It could be that. Right?
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
Okay, but we're saying not theft. Not love. Not revenge.
A personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
So is that not correct?
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
No. This game is not particularly good at telling you what to do. Just brute forcing it now.
Elementary. Very well, Watson. I think that we've exhausted the topic. Take a rest and we'll speak again later.
Pretty sure I tried that earlier as well, but clearly not.
Ah, it would seem that the investigation is advancing, Holmes. Yesterday's Star said that a suspect is in the hands of the police, a man with a rather sinister reputation.
I was about to join you in your optimistic outlook until you informed me that the good news came from the press, Watson.
But surely...
I don't know. I
wouldn't
don't know if
invent
it is
the
a bug.
fact
I
that the
probably
police
just
are
didn't
holding
try
a
that combo.
suspect, or the acts that are attributed to him.
You will have an exact answer to these two questions in less than 50 seconds, Watson.
Pardon?
Enter, Inspector.
Good day.
Good day.
Dear Watson, allow me to introduce Inspector Aberline, Inspector Dr. Watson.
Inspector?
To what do we owe the honour of your presence, Inspector?
I heard that the two of you made your way to Whitechapel a few days ago. Your arrival, you are aware, coincides with a very serious affair which our police service is going to great lengths to solve and which is creating strong tensions in the area.
Pardon me, but haven't you arrested someone? A certain Leather Apron?
Absolutely not. The man who hides behind this name is indeed being actively searched for by the force. Besides, nothing at the moment suggests that he is the Bucks Row murderer.
There, you've been enlightened, Watson. Now it is our turn to answer Inspector Aberline's questions.
Indeed. I will be brief and precise. Do you intend to investigate this case, or have you already started?
It is to be of service to a friend that I went to Whitechapel. We did, out of curiosity, familiarize ourselves with the preliminary reports, and we made our way to the scene of the crime. Our conclusions are slim, as are the clues. Having not been officially appointed by a client, I believe that my intervention in this business will end there.
Very well. To be frank, you take the weight off my shoulders by distancing yourself from the case. Our image isn't very good, to say nothing of what the press puts us through. Thus, if overnight they found out that you were on the case, people would turn against us.
And they would pester me, overwhelm me, and finally make me out to be responsible for the inevitable failure such a scenario entails. Neither you nor I wish for this to happen. I know that your time is precious, Inspector. I will send you a note regarding my conclusions shortly.
With pleasure. Gentlemen?
Do you think that he will find the murderer?
The chances are slim to non-existent. It is 7 days now, short of a confession from the murderer himself.
And you will not go further?
You heard the Inspector, Watson. My presence in Whitechapel would hinder, which doesn't mean that we will drop the case.
How is that?
The Inspector spoke of me, but not of us. It is you, Watson, who will lead the investigation tonight. It is you who will bring to the police station the little note that I will write regarding our conclusions. Despite the late hour, there is nothing to stop you from making inquiries about this famous leather apron while you are there.
Oh. Gonna sneeze. I sneezed. Can I do anything in here?
What? You still haven't left for Whitechapel, Watson?
Sorry, Holmes, I was sneezing. I do apologise.
Well, if I follow Holmes's instructions, then to begin my investigation into this
Thank
leather
you.
apron, I must first head to the police station.
Yeah, that's where we are, my dude. Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening, sir. What do you... I know you. You were here last week with Sherlock Holmes.
Indeed. I have come to bring a message from Sherlock Holmes for Inspector Aberline.
Very well, I will pass it on. But come to think of it, someone was asking about you recently. Finley, the caretaker of some shady boarding house nearby. Does that mean anything to you?
Ah, perhaps. Actually, I read in the Star that you have
maybe.
arrested a suspect called Leather Apron.
You shouldn't believe what you read in that rag, sir. The man is being hunted, but we have yet to get our hands on him, and we aren't close to it either.
Why ever not?
Bah, he's a specialist in the streetwalker racket. These girls make pitiful witnesses, and we don't inspire confidence. Furthermore, the man seems to be pretty discreet lately. Someone must be helping to hide him.
How to get on his trail, then?
One of these girls would have to confide in us and give a valid description of the man. Then we'd ask around the journeymen, who use aprons, I imagine.
Yeah, cat. Shenanigans. It's because he thinks it's dinner time. I don't want to say that word out too loud because he knows it. 5 p.m. is that time. It is currently, what, 3:40. But he likes to remind me just in case I might forget one day. So from about 3:30, he starts reminding me that food is a thing and that he wants some of it. Yeah, exactly. 1 hour, 30 minutes. But, you know, he's always hopeful of... Wait, no, this isn't where it was. Was it? Oh, that is where it was. Ah, down here.
Good evening, Finley.
Oh, good evening, sir. Aren't you the gentleman who was with the great detective the other time?
That is indeed me, Dr. Watson. Tell me, have you heard talk of Leather Apron?
By the papers, that's all. This man seems very sinister.
Do you know any journeymen who use this type of apron?
The slaughterhouse butchers, I believe, but definitely the cobblers. I know one, old Isaac Solomonovich. His workshop is on a small street in the Jewish community, across from the hospital. He's a good man. He can help you. But you know, the people there are very close and don't share much with non-Jews.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing about the Jack the Ripper investigation, is there was a lot of anti-Semitism knocking about at that time.
Tell me, Finley, I was told that you were looking for us at the police station.
Indeed, I wanted to thank you for last time, you know. That vagrant has never set foot round mine again. I even found a tenant, one who pays his rent, I mean.
You don't seem very happy, but you were lucky to have found a good tenant so quickly.
It's just that this man is very strange. He paid several days in advance and I gave him a key to the place. Since then, he
Jack
goes
the
out
Ripper.
every night and returns
He's
at
renting a room
ungodly
to Jack
hours.
the Ripper.
I'm sure he goes to visit the ladies, but still, every night. And when he moved in, something must have broken in his case and stank up the stairs in his room for 2 days. I think it was a jar. It must be over there.
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
I love that he's like, yeah, there's a weirdo knocking about, murdering people. Also, there's a weirdo that knocking about that I'm renting a room to. Weird.
This odour is very strong indeed, but the whole neighbourhood as such has a dreadful stench. Finley might have an idea as to what this jar that contained.
What do you want, Doctor?
You're right, the pieces of the jar that your tenant broke do give off a strange smell.
It's true. That's quite normal given his trade.
Yes, and what would the trade be of your strange tenant?
A doctor, like yourself, I believe. Dr. Tumblety, a foreigner. Canadian, perhaps.
Dr. Tumblety. It might be interesting to know more about him.
Tumbletee's an awesome name. You can... No wonder he wanted to go by Jack the Ripper, if his name's Tumbletee.
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
Doesn't quite have the same gravitas, does it? What's your name? Jack the Ripper. What's yours? Tumbletee! What am I supposed to be doing now? Oh, do I maybe go to the clinic? They might know about Dr. Tumblety. Oh, and it's the magic sign. Whoops.
Good evening, Doctor. My name is Dr. Watson. Pleased to meet you.
Good evening.
We've
I am Dr. Gibbons.
already met. Oh no, we
Likewise.
haven't. I was here with just Sherlock. I remember.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague? What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
Oh, apparently I'm not allowed to ask about Dr. Tumblety. No.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
No. Okay, well. Nothing, apparently.
The night is cool. What a horrible summer we have had.
You right, Puskins? Tumblety.
Does the name Tumblety mean anything to you?
Not at all. But if you like, I can make inquiries.
Fine. Why
Yes,
not?
please.
One
Make some
never knows.
inquiries.
Well, goodbye.
Okay, well. Now what? Oh.
Closed.
I mean, we can see it's closed. Do you mean locked?
Some news, Doctor?
Well, goodbye.
That's nothing new there. So what am I supposed to be doing?
Tell me, is it?
This area is shameful, don't you think?
Oh, was I supposed to be going to the
If you have
Jewish
the means,
quarter?
I can let you pass before everyone. But behind me.
I don't get the
I
joke.
have no reason to go that way.
How do I get out of this? Oh, there we go. No, there's not many places. Ah, do I just go back to Baker Street?
I have no reason to go that way.
Guess not then. Tumble tea!
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
Oh, we need to talk to ladies.
Tell me, is it?
Nah, time to chat. I've got business. Got it?
Got it!
I have nothing to ask.
Tumble tea!
You should return home, sir.
Tell me, is it?
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
I don't like the look of you.
You're in a rush, my pretty. Come, I'll have you done so quickly you'll only have time to pay. If you have the means, I can let you pass before everyone. But behind me.
The ladies aren't being particularly helpful.
Tell me, is it?
Come, my man, you won't regret it.
Batty Street.
What do you want, Doctor?
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
This game really doesn't like holding your hand, does it?
Commercial Street. Burner Street.
I can't see a thing. Oh, it's a lot brighter on the stream. Let's look over here. Feels weird though.
Tell me, is it?
You coming, dearie?
We needed to go to the Jewish quarter. Right. But I don't know where that is. Or how we get there. Right, it's time for break anyway. During the break, I'm going to have a quick Google and see if I can find out what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I don't know. I'll see you in a few minutes. Oh, it's a speedy boy. Oh, yes, I can. Okay.
What happened in the grove was a horror, one I won't ignore. But nor will I let a devil roam the coast unchallenged.
Yeah, it was.
Please.
It was a horror. Yeah.
The only devils here.
And we did some horror. 3. 2. Yeah. We didn't do it on purpose. It got a bit out of hand.
You're not the worst liar I've ever met. But you're daft as a brick if you think I'm going to believe that.
Look, just because I'm daft as a brick doesn't mean I'm bad. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. We don't like being called daft, apparently. By Karlak. Oh, this one requires attention. I'll give you attention. You can pet the cats! Game of the year. Look in my hole!
Did you say fart? Are you giggling? What's going on here?
I'm giggling now. I wasn't until Fars actually did something. Yeah. Guess who's back? Back again. Catherick Thorne. Tell your friends. Oh yeah, I forgot I wasn't allowed here. Oh god damn it. Alright, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll leave. I'm sorry. I forgot. I mean, this game has 2 modes, I've found. There's confusion mode, and there's panic mode.
You're not going to do it.
We jump on it when we've gone past it.
It looks like it's flush, you have to wait a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like right now. Nope.
Oh, I thought you said...
It's so hard, like, you got like so little time.
I thought you said now, so I jumped.
I saw you fall off the edge and I was like, oh, frick.
Oh. Well, I only fell because you didn't jump.
Okay. The swing after we're going to jump on. Ready? This one, right now.
I overshot.
Then we have to get off it right away.
I overshot.
Stop overshooting.
I...
Oh! Stop.
Stop what? Stop dangling, damn it!
Sorry.
Right. I googled. Apparently we have to talk to Lucy for some unknown reason. Some random person we met who had a poorly uncle.
Oh, it's you. I'm coming. Dr.
That's what
Watson,
she said.
How are you?
Well, and yourself? And how's your uncle?
Well, he sleeps a lot, but he doesn't seem to be suffering. Your medicine has worked wonders. Thank you again.
It was the least I could do. I have come to see you about a certain leather apron. Have you heard of him?
Oh, Yes, of course. Terrible things are said about that man.
Have you ever come across him?
Goodness gracious, no. But I know that he has threatened and taken many girls in my situation. I don't know what more I can say, but Bella would be able to tell you some.
Who is Bella?
Bella Pullman. She's the landlady of the place where I could take you there if you like.
Please do.
It's me. It's Lucy. This gentleman would like to speak to Bella. It's the doctor who helped me. I must leave to return to my uncle. Thanks again.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
I don't like the look of you. Ooh, this place looks nice. Very fancy.
If you'd be patient, Madam Bella will arrive in a moment.
Good evening. I am Dr. Watson. It is young Lucy who told me to come see you.
Ah, so you're the Good Samaritan who saved her uncle without asking for anything in return. And now you've come to see me, no doubt, to explain that the poor little thing doesn't belong here, and you will see to her future. Well, if you expect me to let her leave with you...
It's not that, ma'am. You should know I am a married man.
And why should that matter?
I believe there has been a misunderstanding.
It's a brothel,
the reason
I believe.
that Lucy sent me here is that you may be able to give me some information about Leather Apron.
Are you a doctor or a constable?
I am most certainly a doctor, but I am acting in this matter in a private capacity, and I would like to find this man.
Well, if you're able to rid us of him, I'll give you a week's worth of free passes. That man is a thorn in our sides. He spies on the girls in the streets and watches them inside the houses, spying through the windows. And as soon as they're finished with a client, he jumps on them without any warning and forces them to give him their money. I've never seen him, but one of my girls was attacked by this man, and she said that he wore a leather apron and carried a knife. And his face, oh, he has a horrible head with rat's eyes and a deformed mouth. She even said that she knew his name, Pizer or Pizer, I think. But I don't know where she can be found. Margie, Nutcracker, the girl I'm talking about, could tell you more, but I had to let her go last week.
Why did you let Margie go?
The poor girl caught a shameful sickness, and the symptoms
Ooh,
have attacked
she
her
got the
face,
syphilis.
if you know what I mean. So I gave her notice, and a little bit to help her along. I don't know where she is now, but she'll certainly be getting treatment at the clinic if she's still
I mean,
in the
look.
neighbourhood.
Did you speak to the
People
police?
like what they like, K-Wolf.
They do.
I'm not judging.
Who cares about the girls in the streets?
Would you have received a visit from another doctor, a stranger by the name of Tumblety?
I'm just like you, Doctor. Sworn to secrecy in my profession. But as I've taken a fancy to you, I can tell you that this name is not unknown to me. And if you do me a little favour, it is possible I might remember something about him.
Oh, I need an early night tonight, I think.
What kind of favour must I do for you?
You see that man over there? He's a rich artist, a painter,
Euclid's.
a regular client round here. Well, yesterday, he came and left his cane in the umbrella stand in the hall before going into one of the rooms.
Is that supposed to be Walter
Well, when he
Sickert?
returned to this room, the cane had disappeared. It's a cane with a massive silver knob. Must be worth a fortune. He threatened to call the police unless he
lost
got
his
free
knob.
services in my establishment for a year. I'll be forced to accept, unwillingly, of course, given the services that he's demanding,
Also-
unless the cane is found.
Just imagine the bad publicity if he goes around telling everyone he lost his knob in your brothel.
Did you question the residents regarding the theft?
They didn't see anything, and there's not one of them that would risk stealing from a client here.
Who was in the room when your weasel of a client was in the chambers?
There were a few that came and went, But Mary could tell you better than I can, 'cause she was the one at the counter yesterday.
Thank you, Ma'am.
No problem, my angel.
I am an angel. That's true. More people should recognise that about me, I think.
What happened to this rug?
Oh, it's when we got a coal yesterday. I asked the young man to fill the pail. Came back to put it down, but his feet were covered in soot and he made a black print. Madam Bella said it was my fault and I got a shilling's penalty. I also have to clean the print and it's no picnic. He has immense feet, that boy.
What are you doing, Puss? You got ants in your pants.
I heard that there was a theft yesterday. Did you see anything?
No, and I was here the whole time.
Got ants in your pants.
Who delivers the coal?
It's never the same person. I've never seen that lad before.
Do you always keep an eye on the coat stand?
Oh, yes. Well, when the coal delivery came, a client came out of the chambers and stopped me from seeing the boy who brought the bucket of coal. You don't think he would have taken advantage?
I think he might have done.
Until next time, miss.
With pleasure, sir.
Euclid, what are you doing? Puss.
Can I get a refill, please?
Oh my god.
These paintings are suggestive, at the very least. These paintings are suggestive, at the very least. These paintings are suggestive, at the very least.
You're right in front of the screen again, Ukes. Oh my god, Puss. Go up there. I might have to stop soon. Entertain the puss cat.
Best not to stray off in that direction. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my dear man. I was led to believe that you're a doctor.
None of the residents of this establishment are among my patients, sir.
Oh, you're not here as a doctor, but as a man, then. I understand. This is my kind of place, too. It's in these houses in Whitechapel that you find the girls that are the most natural and definitely the most docile.
Your way of speaking about these women is not that of a gentleman, sir. I heard that you were the victim of a robbery here.
Oh, I'm not complaining. The loss of that walking stick will certainly bring me a very pleasant compensation.
What does your cane look like?
The stick is ebony, about 35 inches long. The
That's
round
what they all
knob
say.
is made from chiseled silver with a ring around the middle of the same workmanship, just like the tip, for that matter. If you find it, don't tell a soul. Keep it for yourself. Got it?
Well, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, or until next time. And good evening.
Can I get a refill, please?
Best not to stray off in that direction. Best not to stray off in that direction.
Well, what direction should I stray off in then?
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
Yes, Dr. Watson?
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem, my angel.
She said someone would be at the clinic, right?
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
Ah.
I have come to see you about one of your patients. Margie goes by the nickname Nutcracker, who gets her prescription from the clinic. She's a lady of the night and is afflicted with a venereal disease.
I know who you're talking about. Indeed, Margie has syphilis and is being treated with mercury.
Gotta love doctor-patient confidentiality, right?
No. And for your information, she left London for good 3 days ago. She felt threatened.
Margie felt threatened? But by whom?
I believe that Margie was particularly scared of a terrifying man who attacked her once.
Did she say the name Pizer or Pyther?
Unfortunately, she didn't give a name, but she described a man with shifty, rat-like eyes and a mouth twisted in a sinister grimace.
I mean, mercury used to be what was prescribed for syphilis. It works, I believe. As in, it works against the syphilis. Doesn't do you any good. But it's all they had.
Did Margie have any idea where this man who terrified her so much...
Oh no, it's not healthy.
No, but she told me that another girl who'd been attacked like her had told her that this man worked in a cobbler's run by an old Israeli. Also, she saw him again last week, the night of a big fire. She told of going to see the fire like most everyone else in the area. While there, she recognised her attacker in the crowds gathered at the warehouses. There was no mistaking a face like that, she said. She kept an eye on the man the whole time the firemen were working in order to avoid him.
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
This interview with the doctor revealed an important fact. Leather Apron could not be the Bucks Row murderer.
Oh yeah, I missed
According
that.
to Margie, the villain passed most of the
Not
night
very
at the
good
crime at the
detective.
fire. He could not have been at the scene of the murder at the moment it was committed. He is nonetheless a dangerous character.
So now do we go and tell the police station that?
Some news, Doctor?
Apparently
Well,
not.
Goodbye.
Hmm.
I have no reason to go that way.
Nope. Okay then. Let's just go around all the places and talk to everyone.
What do you want, Doctor?
I don't
Thank
know.
you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
No, we can't talk to her. Fine. I need to find this dude's cane.
Can I get a refill, please?
Yes, Dr. Watson?
Thank you, Ma'am.
No problem, my angel.
Yes, sir.
Until next time, miss.
With pleasure, sir.
Loosen your belt, my friend. You're in Whitechapel. These girls would die of hunger if we weren't here.
Well, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, or until next time. And good evening.
These paintings are suggestive, at the very least.
Hmm.
A large black footprint.
I can't see that on my monitor. I can see it on the stream. I can't see it on my monitor.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
Pardon me, Doctor, but who made the large black footprints there near the beds?
The brother of one of my patients.
Yeah, I'm
The
not
poor
blaming the
thing had
game.
a
My
leg
monitor's
amputated
really
after
dark and I
colliding with
can't
a
make it
carriage.
brighter.
We
I need a
arranged
new
to find
monitor,
her a
really.
prosthesis.
Prostheses are very expensive. How did this man pay?
He told me that one of his uncles gave him a walking stick with a chiselled silver knob. I agreed to accept this knob in exchange for a simple prosthesis with harness. But this object is of great value, and I could finance half a dozen other prostheses by selling it on Petticoat
No,
Lane.
it's maximum brightness on every setting.
Doctor, I have reason to believe that the silver knob that
I
you
just need a new
possess
monitor.
is from a cane that was stolen by the man who brought it to you. And I believe I know to whom it belongs.
That's what I was worried about. The story of the uncle seemed a little strange. Nevertheless, you must have proof of what you claim. I will show you all of the knobs that we have here. If you find the knob that the young man gave me, I will believe you.
Why do you have a collection of knobs? What sort of doctor are you?
So be it, but something is bothering me. I will need a complete cane, not just a knob.
Don't worry, dear chap, build one. I can loan you some tools. Make use of the odds and ends in my cupboard. It'll help get rid of it.
Well, I shall try. I will have
It
to
is
remember the
Sickert.
description that Sickert gave.
I knew it
Goodbye,
was Walter
Dr.
Sickert.
Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
So for some reason I'm just making a cane. So he said it was ebony. About 35. I mean, what? Is that accurate? 'Cause that's way too long. He said it was tooled with a band, and it said it had a silver tip. I don't know.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't
Nice.
have done better himself.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
I believe I found the knob from the stolen cane, which I succeeded in putting back together.
It's very weird, my
And
dude,
yet
that
I
you have a
cannot give it
cane
to you,
workshop
Doctor. I will
in the
only
back of
return it to
your
the police, and only if there is an official complaint against me.
Would there
clinic.
be a way to convince you to give me the cane?
Find me a dozen solid adjustable harnesses for wooden leg prostheses,
The fuck?
and it's yours, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
Where the hell do I find those? I found your cane.
Loosen your belt, my friend.
Well, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, or until next time. And good evening.
Yes, Dr. Watson?
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem, my angel.
Your dinner was burning. Oh no. I hope it's all right.
Yes, sir.
Until next time, miss.
With pleasure, sir.
Right, so none of you people have prosthetic harnesses. Makes sense, I guess. You saved it but missed what happened. So, for some reason, the doctor had a cane making workshop in the back of his clinic, as you do. And so I proved to him, I made the cane and proved to him that it's the cane that I knew about that was stolen, and he won't give it to me unless I find him 6 prosthetic leg harnesses.
What do you want, Doctor?
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
But I don't know where one would find 6 prosthetic leg harnesses.
Some news, Doctor?
Well,
Apparently
goodbye.
not. Well,
I have no reason to go that way.
well, I've just tried literally everything else. Find me a dozen, oh, not even 6, a dozen solid adjustable harnesses for wooden leg prostheses, and it's yours. Oh, maybe.
Closed.
There's nothing. We already looked at that.
This police station is like a laundry. What a scandal.
Nope.
A man takes you in his arms at the wedding, and after, it's you who has to hold him up, and then you wind up with him on your back. Oh, I prefer clients. At least you don't have to make them anything to eat.
That's a lot of a life story to tell someone you only just met. She's not here to talk to.
Commercial Street. No, it would be better not to insist. Commercial Street.
What would I be insisting?
Commercial Street. No, it would be better not to insist. I have nothing to ask. Whitechapel Street. I have no reason to go that way.
Well, maybe they have prosthetic leg harnesses in there. You don't know. Maybe I can go in the places in the brothel that I couldn't go before. Do you have?
Out of the way. I don't like the look of you.
No. Okay.
Best not to stray off in that direction. Best not to stray off in that direction. Best not to stray off in that direction.
Well,
these paintings are...
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
nothing apparently.
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
This was the cane repairing station, by the way. But, like, what? I'm looking on the stream because this is literally just pitch black on my monitor. What am I supposed to do?
Whitechapel Street. Whitechapel Street. Tell me, is it...
You should return home, sir.
I should return home, should I? I mean, I don't think I'm allowed to.
I have no reason to go that way.
Right, let's see what the walkthrough says. Well, how was I ever supposed to find that? So let's go to the other side of the street. And then apparently that leatherworker dude's workshop is like here somewhere.
Whitechapel Street.
So go to the bottom side of the screen, but it said it in like third person view. And then turn right. And then on this corner. No, because that's the clinic. Here? No.
I have no reason to go that way. Whitechapel Street. Whitechapel Street.
Where is it? Right, we're at the clinic. Okay, they came this way. And then... Oh, here!
A cobbler's shop. There's nobody here. How very odd.
I don't know how I was supposed to find that.
say, these things look like harnesses. Oh my, they are noisy.
Yoink.
Good evening, sir. Pardon
Oh.
the interruption. The door was open. I didn't think that I would find anyone working at this hour.
Good evening, sir. I didn't hear you come in.
Say,
Harnesses.
Those things that made noise, they are really harnesses, aren't they?
Yes, horse harnesses. But I must tell you, sir, that the store is normally closed at this hour. That is why I've asked you to return tomorrow.
I didn't come about my shoes. I came to speak of a cobbler, perhaps one of your former employees? A man with very particular habits.
You aren't with the police by any chance? I'm sorry, but I do not want to speak of anything but shoes with you.
I am not a policeman. I am Dr. Watson. It's Mr. Finlay, who told me that you might be in a position to inform me.
Ah, that Mr. Finlay is a very brave man. And if he sent you, then you must certainly be a worthy man also. So, Doctor, who is this cobbler with strange habits?
The man of whom I speak is called Pizer or Pyther, a man with a frightening face.
What's up,
Do you know him?
Yes, John Pizer. He worked here for a while, but he is no longer here.
The man of whom I speak
Oh no,
is
we
called...
already. Yeah,
Yes.
we did that.
Do
I
you know
clicked
where
on
I
the
can
wrong
find
thing.
him?
No, and if you look, you will not find him.
Why?
Because he is in hiding, Doctor. You see, a week ago, a horrible murder took place in the neighborhood. A rumor circulated that he might have been responsible for this crime. They say he has quarreled with women of certain virtue in the past, if you understand me.
Isaac, it is about the Bucks Row case that I have come to see you. I have the certitude and an incontestable witness that Pizer is innocent, at least of this crime, although he has attacked a number of street women. If he doesn't come forward to explain himself to the authorities, he is condemned to hiding and to take the fall for this murder. Furthermore, it will cast suspicions on your community because they must be hiding him. And while the whole police force is hunting for him, they cannot concentrate on the real assassin who roams the streets and, one never knows, may take any one of you any day.
If what you say is true, your visit is a godsend to our community, Doctor. I tell you something. I know Sergeant Thick, an honest policeman who lives in the area. I'll tell John's family that he must go there to explain himself. But if you could please go as soon as possible to the police to give them this report that you say is incontestable.
I will go as soon as I take leave of you.
Thank you. If I can ever be of service in any way, do not hesitate to...
Harnesses!
Could we transform your horse harnesses into harnesses for wooden legs? Adjustable harnesses?
A good craftsman can do anything, Doctor. And I do believe that's what I am. Come back in a while and it will be done. That will be
How
my
long's a
thanks for
while?
what you have done.
I guess I go to the police station
I shall
now.
return later.
At your convenience, sir.
I am spent. I would like to return home. But I promised to go to the police as soon as I could. Now then, let's go to the police station.
Oh.
Will you?
Yes.
Hey, Doctor, you seem tired. Were you wandering the darker parts of Whitechapel all night?
You could say that. I have some information on Leather Apron, the man of whom we spoke earlier.
Do you know where he is?
No, but I can clear him of the Bucks Row crime. A witness proved him totally innocent.
Oh, Watson, Watson, is it only now, after many hours of walking, that you decide to pass on the important message that Inspector Aberline is waiting for?
But, no. But what are you doing here, Holmes?
I was worried, Watson, and with good reason it would appear. Go give the message to this policeman and let's go home. Nobody appreciates me hanging around here, you know, and it's freezing cold.
Ah, Creddle, none too soon. You will take the testimony of this...
No, you continue with your duty shift. I must find Chandler in Ambury Street. He struck again.
Who?
The murderer, the Bucksrow assassin.
Hanley
Dun,
Street.
dun,
Let's go,
dun.
Watson. We have no time to lose.
Okay, but I've got time to lose because I feel like this is a good place to stop. Do I save it? Save. Yes. Okay. So, let's find someone to raid, and we'll solve the next murder next week. Well, not solve the murder. Investigate the next murder next week. Where shall we go? Who shall we see? Zorby's playing.
Can we take the pipe?
Oh. Let's go there. Cool. So, thank you all for watching. I will be streaming something, I don't know what, Thursday and Friday. And we'll be back to finally, hopefully, catch Jack the Ripper on Sunday. Make sure you get your thinking caps ready for then. Copy the raid message. Paste it when we get there. And until next time, from me and the puss. Bye bye.